What up? It is 1:17 a.m., July 31st. Just doing another knife review. Gonna try to make it quick. I'm gonna show a little sneak peek of something that I got though, before I do the whole review. This is my Cold Steel Drop Forge boot knife. And let me show that right now. Oh shit. This is something I've been wanting since I was a little kid, maybe like 5, 7 years old. And I recently saved up some money to buy it. The very first time I saw this, like from what I can remember, like seeing it in a movie or a TV show, from what I can remember, was probably OG Punisher 2004 with Tom Jane. I probably saw it even earlier than that, maybe like 5 years old, but I just can't remember. Maybe I saw it in like Black Hawk Down or fucking Pearl Harbor or some shit. But yeah. All right, here it is. Oh yeah, baby. Not this specific gun, but just the platform, a 1911. I've been in love with 1911 since I was a little fucking kid. And, seeing them in video games and shit like that. Like Black Ops 1 and movies. For me, this is a big change, a big step up from the pistol I've been carrying for almost 4 years now. I've had I still have it, a Taurus G2C 9mm. And for those of you that know that gun, it's a really cheap fucking gun. It's not like really shitty, as in like the reliability wise. For me, the one I bought 2 of them and they've been really reliable. A great gun, but it's just, it's a really cheap gun compared to a fucking 1911 or a Glock or a SIG or whatever the fuck, XD. It cost about $200, $250. Depending on which one you get, $230. If you get like a colored one, then it's like $250. And I've had it for 4 years, and the most expensive pistol I had has been, it was like $350 I paid for it. It was a Ruger Speed 6. I still have it. So I haven't paid more than $300 for a pistol, and this right here costs shit. For me, it's really expensive. For some of you, you'd be like, that's fucking nothing. This shit was $700, $730. So yeah, for me, that's really expensive for a handgun. It's almost as much as my fucking AK, which was like, without the brace that it came with, it would have been like $800. So yeah, this is a big step up for me, a big change. I still can't believe that I bought it. I was like, holy shit. I was planning on buying a new pistol for a while, and I wanted something that was all steel, all metal. I mean, this is a lightweight version of it. It's called a Kimber Custom Lightweight Night Patrol. And it has like a lightweight frame. I think it's some aluminum alloy or some shit like that. But yeah, I just wanted an all metal gun. Not that I don't like Glocks or, polymer frame pistols. Like I said, I've had a Taurus G2C for almost 4 years, but I wanted something maybe like a CZ75, like SP01 tactical. I was looking for that one, or just I think it's the CZ75B, just the all blacked out one. But they didn't have it where I was looking, to buy a handgun at. So I saw this and I was just like, fuck it. I was gonna buy the Rock Island Armory 1911, but then I just said, oh, I like Kimbers, and it wasn't a fucking $1,000 Kimber or a $1,500 Kimber. It was like $700. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. So yeah, I just wanted to show that. Don't want to be fucking showing that for too long. Maybe I'll do a first. I don't really do gun reviews, so maybe I'll do like a first impressions or something like that later. I only took it to the range once and put maybe like 150 rounds through it, so I want to shoot it a little bit more, then maybe I'll do a video on it to change shit up. But yeah, Here's my Cold Steel Drop Forge boot knife. Has this little Kydex sheath, which is pretty dope. It has this little thing, it's called an ulti clip. You fucking pop it up like that, and then it raises up a little bit, and then you can push it down, put it on your belt or something like that. Oh shit. Yeah, it has this little thing that you like press it down, you can pop it out, and you can put it on your boot. Yeah, no shit, I mean, it's called the Drop Forge boot knife, but yeah, you can put it on your belt or your boot or whatever the fuck on some gear, a backpack, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty dope. And overall length is 9 inches, 5-inch blade, 4-inch handle. For me, the handle's kind of a little small, but it fits my hand almost perfectly, but I kind of, like a little bit of extra room. I don't want it to just barely fit my fucking hand, but yeah, it does the job. As you can see, it's not too small. For some people that have fucking giant hands, my hands aren't that big, but they're not small. For some people, it might be too small to handle. And as you can see, I put on a paracord 550 cord wrap. When I first showed this, I had like some shitty fucking shoelace on there. It looked like a prison shank or something like that. But yeah, I kind of did it ghetto right there, like burnt off the fucking edge to seal it off, so I can tie it off and it won't be fucking slipping around, the knife falling off. I try to do it kind of legit, somewhat neat, but yeah, it might look a little shitty, so yeah, my bad. And I don't know exactly what this kind of pattern is. I think it's called a twisted overhand knot or something like that, but yeah, I took out the strand, the internal part of the paracord, so because if you wrap it on there and try to get almost the whole handle, it will kind of fuck with the sheath, the way it sits in the sheath. If you have like the full 550 cord, 550 cord isn't really that thick, but when you're wrapping it around some shit like that, it will, the thickness will add up when you're trying to put it into the sheath, so it could just fuck up the sheath, or it can, mess with the retention. I tried to put it in there without having the strands, taken out, but yeah, if you just take out this internal nylon little strands or whatever the fuck, and then wrap it, it'll just fit in there better, fit in there easier, and not fuck with the retention, but you still have that, that extra grip. So yeah, I did that, and the weight of it is 6.4 ounces. I got these specs from Blade HQ, just saying, 6.4 ounces. And the thickness of it is 0.18 inches thick, so almost a fifth of an inch thick. And it has this kind of bluish, dark blue, I don't know if it's dark blue, yeah, kind of like a dark blue color. And you can see right there the tip has been, the paint or whatever the fuck has been worn off the finish. And it's 52-100 steel, high carbon steel. So it will rust on you, like on the edge of the blade, the bevel, and right there where the fucking finish has been worn off. If you get it wet and and leave it fucking and don't wipe it off, yeah, it will rust on you if you don't take care of it. So, or it will just form kind of like a patina, I guess. I got this on Amazon. I think it was like $50 when I bought it now. I checked on Amazon and it was like even cheaper now. I think it's like $42, so I might buy another one, or buy 2 more. I got it maybe like the beginning of June, so I've had it for almost 2 months now. And when you get it out of the box, I think the handle's just, you could, rock it without a grip or anything like that, a handle, but I just think it's too thin feeling, like the handle, like just the bare metal. So that's why I kind of threw something on there. I see fucking videos, reviews of some people reviewing this knife and they just have it bare metal. Some people just like it like that. Some people might not like the fucking paracord or whatever. They don't want to put a rubberized, handle on there or some shit, some tubing. But yeah, for me, it just, I couldn't do it. Not that it's cold or some shit or, because of the temperature of it, but yeah, just how thin the handle is without anything on there. I think this knife was pretty much designed to, for you to customize and throw some shit on there and kind of make a little customized handle from what I can see. And let me do a quick little blade comparison. Here's my Police 4. So it's smaller than the Police 4. I have a couple Spydercos with me. This is one I haven't shown. I know it's really scratched as shit because of just the blade steel it's made out of. It scratches easily. Right there. Vitoku 2, Sus 410. The Vitoku 2 is the core steel. It's a Sanmai blade. If you don't know what that is, it's like a sandwich construction, and the core steel is what, is on the edge, and then the Sus 410 is the outer layers on each side, and it just it scratches just from looking at it. So yeah, there's the Stretch 2, Police 4, and then here's a new Spyderco that I just got, and I'm actually giving it to my nephew. I'm hooking him up with it. And I upgraded it. Spyderco Matriarch 2. It's pretty dope. Shit, I don't like laying the knife down on the pocket clip side, but, I have it on the left side, so I'm just going to put it like that. So you can wave it out of your pocket. And what else do I got? Let's see. My Lucha, I think I already showed these two together, but yeah, there you go. All right. And another new one. I really want to do a review of this, but I gotta use it more. This shit just gets fingerprints just from fucking looking at it. Cold Steel Talwar XL. This knife has replaced, I haven't gotten rid of it, my fucking Voyager, because these are about the same size, but I've been carrying my Voyager almost fucking, not every day, but shit, it feels like every day since I've got it, and this knife just shits on the Voyager because it has that wave feature, and I don't really give a fuck about the steel, the S35VN. I would have preferred the steel that it originally came out in. If I'm not mistaken, it's CTS XHP, but since they discontinued it and brought it back, they haven't released it in CTS anymore, just S35VN. And there you go. And yes, that is a knife, believe it or not. If you recognize that, then you know what it is. Cobertech has a little safety right there. Oh yeah, baby. It is an OTF pen knife. There you go. All right. That's it with the comparisons. So yeah, this is pretty much just designed to be a defense knife. You could use it for like an EDC, I guess, slicing up some shit boxes and stuff, but it's not really made for slicing up or fucking food prep or anything like that. It's, as you can see, it's a double-edged blade, and it's a fixed blade too, and it says it right there, drop forged boot knife. If you don't know what drop forged is, I guess, from what I know, they get like a mold, like a cutout or some shit, and then they get molten, steel, and pour it into the cutout, and it forms as just one piece of fucking steel. And the 52-100, from my experience with it, this is the only blade I have in 52-100. Well, I bought this, and then I bought the Cold Steel Drop Forge Survivalist, which is, it has the same fucking steel, 52-100, and it is just some tough shit. I haven't really tested it with like the edge retention, like how good it is like slicing up boxes and shit like that. And you know, I've sliced through paper with it, but I mean, the slicing through paper doesn't really fucking take down the edge. But yeah, slicing through a shit ton of cardboard will fuck up an edge and you know, make it dull. But I've mostly just used this as pretty much a throwing knife. I've just thrown this shit, it feels like fucking 1,000 times. I've thrown this knife and I've thrown it at wood, and it's like, you know, bounced off of the fucking ground, jumped up in the fucking air and landed fucking tipped down. And from, you know, the right out of the box, it has like, you know, a very, very sharp point, and it's dulled down just a little bit. But seeing the fucking abuse that I put this shit through, I would have expected it to, you know, bent the tip or some shit, or like have a big chip in the blade, because this shit has landed on concrete, tile, fucking metal, rocks and dirt and shit. And if you look really, really closely, you can see there's just like tiny ass, it almost like turned it into like a serration. There's like microscopic little tiny like small chips in it right there. I don't really know if you would call that a chip, but yeah, you can just see how it damaged the edge right there. But that's nothing compared to, you know, the fucking abuse that this shit has taken, bouncing off of concrete and fucking rocks and tile, and, you know, landing fucking straight tip down. I would have expected the tip to break off, like if you've seen my Kershaw boot knife review, where the tip just straight up fucking broke off just from throwing it into a piece of wood. And this shit, I've thrown it into wood shit 1,000 times, it feels like, and I've not pried it out like trying to bend the tip, but just from the force that I've thrown it into shit, I would have expected it to damage the tip or at least bend it. But the tip is just fucking straight. From what I can see, it's perfect as it was when I took it out of the box. And yeah, it worn down the tip, you know, just a little bit, and over time throwing it on the fucking ground and it fucking falling and hitting concrete and metal and wood and shit like that, it's gonna dull out the blade a little bit. But I've sharpened it up, and the very tip of it gets a little bit kind of dull from the Kydex sheath. If you don't know that, taking it in and out of the sheath, I think it's like, you know, they fucking use glass or something. They melt glass and plastic together, I think, to make this shit. So just taking it out of the sheath over time, as you can see right there. I mean, that's not from the sheath, because I kind of reprofiled it, trying to sharpen it down, trying to like reprofile the tip to make it more pointy. And I didn't exactly get to finish sharpening it all the way, like touching it up. So it might look, you can see right there, the light reflecting off of it. Yeah, it's not sharp all the way up into the point, but from right here, from like right there all the way down, yeah, it's really sharp. It, you know, sharp enough to slice flesh, but slicing through some paper, I don't think it would be good slicing through paper, the state that it's in right now, because of I've thrown this shit so many times. But that's why I want to get another one, so I don't have to keep sharpening it after I, you know, fuck it up and drop it on the ground so many times. So I can get like have this as like a dedicated boot knife, like just for self-defense, and then get maybe like one or two more so I can just use it for throwing and shit. And I've seen this shit hit the ground multiple times, and then just looking at it, like after it's, you know, hit the ground, concrete and shit like that, it still had a not razor sharp edge, but it still had a decently sharp edge on it. So, but dropping it fucking, you know, 20, 30 times on the ground on concrete, yeah, it's gonna eventually just roll the edge or round off the edge. But Other blades like a fucking a VG10 blade or something like that, it would just completely fuck up the edge. Or maybe even, let's say if you had a boot knife made out of VG10, it would probably just fucking snap off the tip or something, or maybe even bend the steel. Because I know obviously this is a really thin kind of blade, so throwing that, yeah, it would really fuck it up. But if you had a blade just as thick as this, the same kind of knife, same profile and everything, and just in a different steel, I'm assuming it would just fuck up the knife. So this 50-100, I haven't, like I said, I haven't had any experience with it with any other knife other than my 2 Cold Steels. But oh shit, I don't know what the fuck that was. I would assume it would just fuck up the steel, like if you had a 14C or a VG10 blade or something like that. Yeah, so this high carbon steel is just some tough shit from my experience. So yeah, I really want to get a couple more of these if I can. So I would definitely say it's worth the fucking money. I would pay, you know, maybe $60 for this. Not that I want to, but yeah, I would say it's definitely worth the money, the value. If you take care of this shit, it could probably, you know, last you the rest of your fucking life. All right then. That's my Cold Steel Drop Forge boot knife review. Later.